Friends, in this brief gap, I thought I should add something more to the prevention of burns group. It is not about the activity, but about the people who are involved in that because they are worth mentioning. One was late Srimati Vashaben Anjaria. Vashaben was a great friend, a great supporter of Friends Society right from inception. She was a faculty in Faculty of Social Work and later she became the Dean of the faculty. All through her association of long years, she was a great supporter of Friends Society. She had been responsible in getting the prevention of burns group to Friends Society and the slideshow on the prevention of burns. She was also a supervisor for many postgraduates, the MSW students of faculty who were deputed to work as a placement student in Friends Society. She was always available to us for anything which we wanted. The second person about Suresh Bhai Soni. Suresh Bhai Soni, he was associated with Friends Society in early years. He was a gold medalist in MSc Mathematics from MSU. He had joined Faculty of Engineering as a teacher. But even before Friends Society started, I think something like 4 or 5 years prior to that, he had been involved in social service activity. A great noble activity of rehabilitating the leprosy arrested patients. Both Suresh Bhai and Purushottam Panchal, they are very big names in the field of leprosy and rehabilitation of this today at the global level. But in those days, both were members of Friends Society. I recall a couple of incidences in respect of Suresh Bhai, which I am tempted to share with you. Suresh Bhai used to go to Sarasya colony where the leprosy arrested people lived in juggies in a slum. He made them realize that begging was no answer, instead start working. Later on, of course, the activity was conducted by Suresh Bhai and Purushottam Bhai, and it was greatly supported financially and otherwise by late Indu Bhai Patel of Sayaji Iron Limited. In the later years, something like 71 onwards, Ramesh and I were also associated with their activity. We used to go to this Sarasya colony slums. We used to examine and provide treatment to leprosy arrested patients or leprosy patients. Two incidences which I like to narrate here hold great value for me. It was, I think, 78 or 79. Suresh Bhai walked into my office in Medical College, Baroda, and he told me that he was quitting the Faculty of Engineering as a teacher. Why? He had decided to go and live in the leprosy colony. Government of Gujarat, after a lot of efforts of Suresh Bhai, had given about 100 acres of land, all the ravines in the Mahi, on the bank of Mahi near Sindh Road. Suresh Bhai said that they will convert it into a colony there and he will live with the family there. And that is what he did. Can you imagine this commitment? I don't think I would ever have that. In next couple of years, there was a magic created. The colony is named Shram Mandir Trust. It's a colony in Sindh Road near bank of River Mahi. It houses all the leprosy arrested patients. They have houses. They have a school there. They have a hospital. They have a workshop to teach the leprosy arrested on various crafts and jobs so that they can earn money for themselves. Friends, you have to see this to believe it. Of course, a few years down the line, for certain reasons, Suresh Bhai left Shram Mandir Trust, but he did not stop his activity. He went to Himmatnagar. On the way from Himmatnagar to Shamalaji, there is a place called Rajendra Nagar Chowkadi, and he started another rehabilitation activity for the leprosy arrested. It is known as Sahyog Kusht Nivaran Trust, and Suresh Bhai has converted it into a very, very large NGO. It is recognized at the world level. The second incident about Suresh Bhai will be very touching. I was in my office in the medical college. It was something like 1979 or 80. And somebody came to call me. He said, Suresh Bhai is in OPD and he remembers you. He wants you now. I thought Suresh Bhai, as usual, would have brought some leprosy arrested patients for treatment to SSC hospital and wanting my help. This was the usual story. When I went there, what do I see? Near the casualty, on a stretcher, Suresh Bhai Soni was lying, heavily bleeding from his scalp. He was conscious. He called me closer. He asked others to move away, and then he told me that he was assaulted with a sickle by one of the inmates in Shram Mandir Trust because he had some misgivings about Suresh Bhai. But he had called me for one thing. He said, Sagun Bhai, I may be unconscious or something else may happen. I want you to promise me that please see that the name of that person does not come up on medico-legal case. Friends, I have not seen Mahatma Gandhi, but that day I saw another Mahatma Gandhi. Today also, he is wearing a half sleeve shirt which Narendra Modi wears now, but Suresh Bhai started that long back. He keeps a beard, and he will remind you of our very famous Ram Kathakar. I forget the name immediately. But friends, this is what Suresh Bhai was. He is still active at the age of 70 and works relentlessly for the leprosy arrested. Today's youngsters will not realize what leprosy was in those days. It was something like AIDS or HIV infection of today. A socially, social outcast, a person infected with leprosy was thrown out of family to go on the road and beg. Person became social outcast. To rehabilitate them was not simple. And he was joined by Purushottam Bhai Panchal, who was also an initial member. So Purushottam Bhai is today in Baroda only, and he runs an organization which is also globally well known, that is Seva Tirth, which also houses the Gujarat Raktapit Nivaran Seva Sangh. Friends, both these organizations and Suresh Bhai and Purushottam Bhai, they have been awarded with lot of accolades, lot of medals and awards at the state, national and international level. Such were our friends in the initial days. Again, I'll stop here before I go and talk about the X-Replete project.